People often say that World War I started with a bullet. But that is not the complete truth, because before that bullet was fired, Europe was already standing on the edge of war. The assassination did not create the war, it only gave Europe a reason to release years of tension, fear, and anger. So the real question is not who fired the bullet, but why Europe was ready to explode even before it. By 1914, Europe was not free. It was bound by alliances. Every major power had promised to protect another country. If one nation went to war, others were forced to join. A small conflict could never remain small. Europe had become a long line of dominoes. Push one and all would fall. Peace was no longer admired, military strength was. Countries believed that a strong army meant a strong nation. They built larger armies, stronger weapons, massive warships. Germany and Britain competed for naval dominance. France and Russia expanded their forces. Europe was not preparing for peace, it was training for war. European empires wanted more land, more resources, and more control. Africa, Asia, the Middle East. Every empire wanted to grow, and growth meant taking power from others. This created deep jealousy and suspicion. Each country saw the others as future enemies. National pride became extreme. France wanted revenge against Germany. Germany wanted to prove its dominance. Slavic groups demanded independence. Empires fought to keep control. Everyone believed they were right. No one was willing to step back. Nationalism stopped being love for one's country and became hatred toward others. The most unstable region in Europe was the Balkans. The Ottoman Empire was weakening. New nations were forming. Old empires were afraid of losing power. Serbia wanted influence. Austria-Hungary wanted control. The region was tense, angry, and armed. All it needed was one spark. When Archduke Franz Ferdinand was assassinated, the alliances were activated. The armies began to move. Plans were executed. There was no pause, no hesitation, because Europe was already prepared for war. The bullet did not create World War I. It simply pressed the start button. A local dispute turned into a global conflict. Trenches were dug. Machine guns fired endlessly. Poison gas filled the air. Tanks rolled across battlefields. Millions of soldiers and civilians lost their lives. Great empires collapsed. Borders were erased. New nations were created. The world was never the same again. World War I teaches a powerful lesson. Wars do not begin in a single moment. They are built slowly by fear, pride, and silence. One bullet killed 2 people, but the conditions behind it killed millions. If you want to understand history, not just through dates, but through decisions, subscribe to One Bullet History for real stories that change the world in just 1 second.